Hello, Enid, and welcome to another City Update. I'm Derrick Silas, your host, and with me today is City Manager Jerald Gilbert.
Hello, Enid. It's great to be here with you again, Derrick.
Likewise. It's always good to see you.
Yes.
Today, I know you are part of one of the clubs, community clubs, the Enid Rotary Club, and you guys did honor today. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, we just came from the Rotary Club, where we finalized recognizing former city manager Eric Benson, really for the vision that he had on a specific project. He had the vision on a lot of projects here in town, but specifically the Cleveland Boulevard, which is honorarily renamed Benson Boulevard. We put up the signage probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and today, for various reasons, we had some scheduling issues, but we got the two mayors together, Mayor Pankinen, the current mayor, and Mayor Shuey, who made the promise. And Eric Benson and his wife Barb, and I appreciate you and Shay there to show the video, and I think it was well received, and that honor was given in front of the Rotary Club, which are other business people and community leaders here in Enid. So it was a great presentation, and it kind of finalizes that promises were made and promises have been kept now. So.
Very good, very good. Well, just want to remind also the residents that it's springtime, so you can go out to one of the parks and enjoy. There's lots to do. We have what is the new thing? The frisbee? Is it frisbee?
Yeah, it's disc golf.
Disc golf
at Meadow Lake.
At Meadow Lake, and of course we have basketball at some of the parks, and we have the new the skate park.
Yes.
So those are all free activities. Still spring and summer's coming up, so hey, get out there and enjoy yourself with that. And speaking of the parks, there will be a movie in the park this Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. at Champlain Park, which is on the corner of Van Buren and Owen K. Garriott. So I know the Parks Department is supposed to be giving out popcorn and water.
Yes, I think the Parks Department, this is put on by the City of Enid, the Parks Department. And so they're doing this for you, Enid, so please bring your kids out and enjoy. It's an event conceived and put on by the city staff and the Parks Department to offer something else for people to do in Enid, so we hope you enjoy it.
And I know also we sent our press release last week about different boards that those in the community who want to apply to do some help, work with the community. There were various boards: Fire Civil Service, the Enid Library Board of Directors, and the Advanced Development Authority. And we do that so many times a year, do we not? Yeah,
periodically. All of these boards have 10 years of service. It's typically 2 or 3 years. In some cases, it may be filling out the remaining term of somebody who has had to resign or step down. We appreciate the service of its citizens like you watching the show, or residents that live here that want to participate. I do have to tell you, despite the rumors, there is no pay involved. It is selfless service, just like the City Commission is. But there's a variety of boards that focus on a variety of different things. The Park Board's another one. There'll probably be some appointments on in the future. The Metropolitan Area Planning Commission. I know Summer told us today, our new city clerk, Summer Anderson, told us that there would be several items she'd be putting on now on the 18th and then on June the 3rd, and you just advertised for her. So please, if you're interested, put in for one of those boards. Most of them, the only requirement you need to have is you need to be enthusiastic and want to. Now some of them have more specific requirements, like Construction Board of Appeals, where you might have to be in a trade, but those are very rare. So we thank you for your service and welcome your applications. And now how people get appointed is they come to a commission meeting, and if there's more than one person and applying for more than one, or if there's only one vacancy and there's more than one person, then the commission votes. So be prepared for that. Don't let that discourage you. Show up to the meeting because that helps a lot. If you show up to the meeting and somebody else doesn't, you probably get voted in. And even if you don't, it's just because they don't know you well enough. We definitely want to get everybody that wants to serve serving in some capacity. So don't give up, and thank you for your help in that regard.
Yep. And I know the Enid Fire Department will continue their annual fire hydrant flow testing this week. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, they're going throughout the city over the course of several months now, and I know we're probably saying where they're at specifically there in that announcement. And I've seen myself some of the what appear to be newly painted tops on those hydrants. After they test the fire flow in gallons per minute, they classify it as either a blue hydrant or a green hydrant or an orange hydrant or a red hydrant. And ideally, hopefully we have mostly blue and green hydrants, although in various different places of the town we have red and orange ones, which means the flow's not as good. So the city is working, in fact has in the new budget, to correct some of those red fire hydrants that we have down in the southern part of Southern Heights. I believe it's called East Park Edition or something like that.
Okay.
And so that's one example of some red hydrants that are going to probably turn green or blue here in the near future.
Okay, very good. Also, the Enid Animal Clinic will be, they'll be doing their vaccination clinic this Sunday, May 16th, and it's going to be from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Chisholm
The Chisholm
Expo
Trail
Center.
Pavilion, yeah, Expo
Expo
Center.
Yes. So that's something they do on a yearly basis. So good about
Yeah, and
that.
it's a great clinic. I appreciate all the veterinarians and the city staff. Of course, city staff, we're going to be paid, but the veterinarians are donating their time to come out there and do that. It's a nominal fee. I think it's $8 for the shot, $2 for the city license. And it's a great way to get in compliance, not only take care of your pet by getting them a rabies shot, but to be in compliance with the city's requirement to have a license for your dog or cat. So please take advantage of that. They'll be there from noon to 5, and it's free. Well, it's not free. It's $10. Sorry, it's not free. $10, but that's pretty reasonable for folks that can do it. So please come out.
Good.
I want to thank Animal Welfare for putting that on and coordinating that every year, and give kudos to Alan Elder, who is the Animal Welfare Supervisor. Someday I'll tell a story about Alan, probably on my freestyling show, because Alan and I have been to war together, but I'll tell you about that some other time.
Okay. Okay. Also, we put out a press release last week about the Walk of Fame nominations, and they will, every year during the Cherokee Strip celebration, we honor those who
Yes. We typically honor at least one living member and one posthumous member. And I know we also are going to recognize the folks from last year who didn't get a ceremony because COVID canceled it. And Clayton Nolan was selected last year, as was Oscar Curtis, I think was his name, a deceased former city commissioner as well. So we'll have 2 new ones, and the 2 that to recognize from last year, and so it'll be a great celebration this year. And I think applications are due July 16th, I think, something like that. So
Yes.
you have plenty of time.
That is true.
So please put in a recommendation for worthy individuals.
There are a lot of, I think at the current moment, we have at least 45 that have been honored down through the years. So this will be a good addition to probably 2 more, maybe this year. So, okay. And we want to give a shout out to those that are graduating this year, the class of 2021. I know NOC already had their graduation. Chisholm will be this weekend, and Enid High will be next weekend. I'm not sure about OBA when their graduation is.
Yeah, I don't know.
For the
It's
information, but I couldn't
kind
find
of like some of you out there. It's kind of been so far back for me. It's kind of hard to remember my graduation, but it's a great rite of passage for our children who are adults now. And I know part of that is, for Enid High anyway, besides the graduation that's coming up, is the Mayfete celebration, which I think they're doing Wednesday at Government Springs. And that's an annual thing. I can remember my mother, who's not with us anymore, talking about going through that ceremony. So that's graduations and those ceremonies associated are very traditional, and so it's great. It's the time of year. So young people are becoming adults and heading out into the world.
Very good. Speaking of that, the HR department is recruiting for several positions, which could be someone who's graduated either high school or college recently. There are a great number of positions open, and if anyone out there wants to apply, you can go to enid.org/careers. It's always a good opportunity.
Yes, we need good people, good, hardworking people that want to come to work and have stability. City of Enid's been here for 128 years or something like that, and going to be here probably for as long as Oklahoma and the United States are here. So you want a good job like that, come and apply at the City of Enid. I know I see one of those jobs is my own assistant, who has been wonderful, but she's gotten a promotion and she'll be moving to a different department. So I'll be needing to hire somebody new to help me and to help Scott and to help the city and the commissioners. So that could be you. So go ahead and apply.
Very good. Now we're talking about HR. This week, yesterday actually, they did some of the city employees participated in a half marathon in Oklahoma City, and I think according to what they said earlier, all of them finish before 3 hours, the half marathon. And a half marathon is about 13.1 miles, I think. So that was pretty awesome.
And that is a great accomplishment. I know. In fact, there's a picture that's great of 4 employees there that did it. And I can say, as one that has never run 13.1 miles all at once anyway, that is quite an accomplishment. To do it under 3 hours is incredible. It's a fantastic testament to the efforts by city employees, the HR department, Sonia and Jackie, to get employees working on their fitness. And there's a great example, incredible. You too can do it. You just have to get up off the couch and start running. I need to take their advice.
Yes, that'll be good. I know this month is the month of budget season. We have a budget calendar out there. We've already had 1 budget discussion last week, and we'll have 2 this week, 2 next week. Talk to me about that.
Yes, budgets. So we had our first meeting last Monday, and it was, it's a lot of numbers. And so we're going to try to, there's going to be more numbers, but we're going to try to just get to the substance of what the commission and the people really want to know is, where's the money going in big, broad groups. I'm very proud of our accounting team and all the department heads for compiling this. Probably I know our big focus is infrastructure, and as part of infrastructure, streets. And so I know, because we'll have a presentation Thursday of this week, just 3 days from now, at the second budget meeting this week, we have $9.1 million budgeted for streets in this year's budget.
Okay.
That is several million more than in the past, and we're probably going to unveil an effort to spend $10 million a year for 5 years on streets. And I think that's probably what it will take to make a significant difference. And that still won't fix every street in town by any stretch, but it'll make a big difference. So we have some streets lined out. So for those of you really interested in streets, be paying attention on May the 13th. That's when we're going to talk. You can see the funds we'll be talking about: capital improvement, street and alley. That's where that $9.1 million of funding is there. And I'm very proud of the concrete repair program that's in about its 3rd year with this new budget. We're planning to spend $600,000 currently, but for the first 2 years we've gone back and added more money to where we spend $1 million or more just on concrete repairs. That makes a concrete street that's generally good, except for some bad spots, really good again. So good news there. And then of course you can see how the city's funded with personnel and operations in other areas. And so although it's difficult, city staff tries to explain it as best we can. Feel free to ask your questions of us, either at the meeting or before the meeting. You've got our emails and our phone numbers, and you can talk to your commissioners as we want them to understand. And ultimately, they're the ones that approve it and may want to make some modifications based on your input. So it's a busy month. We've got a lot of meetings, and I'll be glad when we get it approved and move on to June.
Okay. And what else is going to be on the City Commission meeting? I know we're going to do a lot of budget things. What else will we talk about?
There's a couple of street renamings for the Vance pilots that were as a tribute to them and memorial of them. There's a second hearing on the 18th. And then the action item to rename Gott Road from Southgate to the base entrance after Lieutenant Colonel Kincaid. I think we'll call that Kincaid Road. And then the other one from Southgate on Cleveland to the gate will be called Wilkie Way. And so there's a couple of things of note coming up. Gosh, there's probably some other things, and there's a whole bunch of consent items That'll be on Tuesday the 18th. This week our meetings are really all about the budget. On Tuesday night, though, we have a couple other sort of non-budget items.
The Osage agreement.
Yes, the agreement with the Osage Nation
Osage.
in regards to the Call Lake water supply project. That is on the agenda, and then there's also a claims amount to get approved that didn't make it on the last agenda. So those are a couple of things you'll see, along with a whole lot of budget discussion. You're going to hear from you're going to hear about the airport budgets. You're going to hear from the fire chief, or excuse me, the police chief on his budget. The fire chief, hey Joe, if you're out there, Chief Joe, get well. I know you're not feeling great. You may not be here Tuesday to deliver that yourself. So we'll do it for you, and we've got all the money in there, so you can check it out.
ERDA.
ERDA is going to be on there. Let's see, Kevin Brisky will talk about the event center, Stride Center, and I'm probably leaving some folks out. Mary Williams will be talking about EPTA.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a pretty busy day. It's scheduled for 2 hours. We'll probably take all of that 2 hours, and Thursday we'll probably take all the 2 hours too, and hopefully we'll answer all the questions and be able to approve the budget on the 18th. But if we need more time, we can talk about the budget more on the 18th and potentially on the 20th of next week as needed.
Okay.
And there's a whole bunch of engineering items to be approved in the consent agenda, which means progress on capital projects for people here in Enid.
Yes. This is a very busy time of year,
Yes.
dealing with the budgets and the fiscal year ending and the new one beginning. So I know there's a lot of work in our accounting department that goes on, and the IT department to
Yep.
keep things moving.
And communications.
Yes, yes. This is just in today about a concrete repair on West Princeton Avenue and North Washington, which will begin this Wednesday. It will be closed for 1 week, which will allow contractors to complete concrete repairs in the area. And another thing, we want to just remind everyone, the residents, that we do have a reporting tool called SeeClickFix. You can go to seeclickfix.com, or you can actually download the app and report issues like potholes or traffic lights out, signs fallen, or the colors, discolored signs. Any issue you see in the community, you can report those that the city can work on. Dead animals in the street, what have you. You can do the transit. You can cancel, or you can request a bus ride through the same system. And we want to remind everyone also that all of our videos that we produce are on Roku TV and on Amazon Fire TV, and you can download those apps if you have a Roku TV or Amazon Fire, you can download those apps and you can watch all of our programs on there. So just other ways other than the Facebook and the YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram that we can.
Yeah, that's fantastic. All the ways you can get city information.
Yes.
More than ever before.
Yep. This is a great day. Any other thing you want to add for today?
I just would like to say I appreciate city staff for keeping things going, keeping the lights on, so to speak. I guess the electric company helps with that too. But keeping the water flowing, keeping the sewage flowing. Even though we need to work on the streets, and we are working on the streets, keeping the streets open, ditches cleaned. I saw employees out on my way to work today cleaning out storm drains because it's rained quite a bit. So it's kind of cool today in early May, but hot weather's coming, so get your air conditioners ready to go. I do want to say, since I really love doing that sort of my own show, I know I've got episode 3 coming out pretty soon, and I'm already thinking about episode 4. So maybe I'll tell you some Alan Elder stories on episode 4. He's a great guy.
All right. Appreciate you for being here today.
Thank you, Derrick. I appreciate it.
Yep. Join us next week, 1:30 p.m. for another city update. Other than that, make it a great day.